Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Scenarios. This is where we look at things in the NBA that are never going to happen, but we're just kind of wondering what if. And, I should have done a James Harden scenario because, James Harden's got a very magnificent beard, and I just shaved mine off, and I feel very self-conscious about it right now. I feel like I look like I'm about 12, guys. I look like I should not be seeing R-rated movies, let alone PG-13. So, yeah, guys, this scenario here, we got Steph Curry and Damian Lillard both switching teams. And the reason I want to do this, of course, these guys match up in the playoffs. But really, Steph Curry, no doubt, he won the MVP. So he's no doubt a huge, for the second straight year, a big player here in the NBA. And, on the Golden State Warriors, and a big part of their success. But even when he went out with injury, the Golden State Warriors were still pretty damn good. But you look at Damian Lillard, you look at the Trailblazers, and I think about that team, and of course they lost Nicholas Batum and LaMarcus Aldridge this past offseason. So a lot of these guys, a lot of experts in analysis, wrote these guys off as being a lottery team. They were going to make the playoffs, and while they are going to lose to the Golden State Warriors for making this video, I mean they're down 3-1. They're still, they're still fighting, guys. They've made it a lot farther than anybody really thought this team would, and a big part of that is to Damian Lillard. And, of course, up-and-coming CJ McCollum also. Now, what I wanted to see is how would Damian Lillard, also a point guard, do in the Golden State Warriors, on their team, and also how would Steph Curry do on a team like the Trailblazers, who really are, great because of their point guard play. I mean, like I said, the Golden State Warriors are still a great team without Steph Curry, although he makes them historically great. So we're going to go ahead, guys, and I'm going to show you guys the roster real quick. Of course, we got Damian Lillard running the point guard position in the backcourt with Klay Thompson. And, this is not the most updated roster. I think he's actually currently 90 overall, but I couldn't get the most updated because Steph Curry's still technically injured on here, so it doesn't let you trade injured players. I don't know why 2K likes to do that, so I had to go back to a roster where Steph Curry wasn't injured, and this was the closest one I got. Now, over here on the Trailblazers, we have, what the heck? Okay, let me get the Trailblazers here real quick. My bad. Guess I was not prepared. Okay, Trailblazers, we got Steph Curry, 96 overall. What more can you say about this player, guys? He's been insane. We already talked about him a bit, but you look at the rest of the team. I mean, CJ McCollum, of course, a great player. This guy, how old is he? 24 years of age? He's going to be a damn good player, guys. He already is. But you look at the rest of the roster, it's just kind of, a whole bunch of decent players. Not really bad players, but just decent players that, none of these guys are really all-stars out here, but, some guys that could really be up-and-comers you don't really know. Amino's really having a good season. Ed Davis, good solid player. So, yeah, how's Steph Curry going to do being not just the man, but the only man on his team? And you got CJ McCollum, no disrespect there either. So let's go ahead, guys. We're going to look at the season all the way to the right. You can see the playoff picture and see how both these teams are doing. We're going to do it from the Golden State Warriors perspective because, I wanted to show some love to the Trailblazers, but by doing that, I have to show love to the Golden State Warriors by making them the team that we're seeing here since it's Damian Lillard. That's really the player that I wanted to see how he does out here. So simulate through date. I mean, we took an L already to the Pelicans. We beat the Pelicans, so it's all good to, win some, lose some out there. I mean, this team's looking pretty good out here, but, Damian Lillard, like, I mean, quite honestly, I've not watched a lot of his games, just because, I live in Michigan, and his games are all on the West Coast, and a lot of them aren't televised. So really outside of the playoffs, I've not really watched a lot of Damian Lillard. But what I do see from him is a good point guard, high volume shooter, takes a lot of shots, but that's because, it kind of has to carry the load. I really don't know what player to compare him to, because another player that also takes a lot of shots at the point guard position is Russell Westbrook. But, Russell Westbrook does a whole bunch of other things too, like rebounds and assists. So I would say that out of the two, Damian Lillard is a better point guard, but Russell Westbrook's a better player. And then, of course, you got Steph Curry out here, too. That I mean, there's only so much you can say about him. We all know how magnificent he is. Now, I'm not really a big Curry lover either, guys. Like, I'm not hopping on the bandwagon. It's just kind of facts, kind of things you got to see out there. And you really look at the playoff picture, though. The Warriors, I mean, fluctuating between 5th, 6th, 4th seed, stuff like that. And the Trailblazers, with Steph Curry not even making the playoffs so far, guys. And we're about halfway through the season here, and I'm not seeing their picture pop up once on there, so I don't know what the hell's going on over there. With Steph Curry, maybe got injured. Well, actually, I turned off injuries, so I like to, I expect like a perfect season. I don't want to see how a team does without the scenario player getting injured or something like that. But so far, guys, it's looking like, and really, the Warriors is 2K, so you gotta take it with a grain of salt. But they're not really doing anything historical out here either. Like, they're winning games, but they're not winning, like, they're not setting no records or nothing like that either, guys. So, I don't know. It looking like, based off what I'm seeing, that both players fit their systems and their team strategies and all that stuff, and their coaching aspects and all that stuff really good. You switch them to different teams. So the Warriors still doing good, but not historically great like they were this season. And, okay, the Trailblazers, come on, man. Please make that AC, man. Come on, Trailblazers. I'm rooting for you. Oh, they're in the 7th. We might match up with them in the playoffs, first round. Okay, I think we got him a first round of the playoffs. And Russell Westbrook. That's kind of new to see. You know, he usually does not win the MVP. Usually Kevin Durant, but, okay. Good job, Russell. Andre Bloch, 6th man of the year. I didn't know this dude was still in the NBA. I didn't know this guy was still even playing. I thought this guy was in the free agent. I mean, look at his face. He's like, what the hell am I doing? He's just looking at the face. Oh, you can't see it because I'm in the way. My bad. Reggie Jackson, most improved player. Okay. Detroit Pistons. Wow, David Blah, 69 and 13. I don't know how he got coach of the year when his ass got fired. So this just shows you that this roster is a little bit old because, you know, of the injuries and all that stuff. So David Blah was still the coach on here. It's the most recent one I could find. And Steph Curry did make the All-NBA first team. Let's see where Damian Lillard's anywhere to be found. And, yeah, it's not looking like... Okay, so Damian Lillard did not make the All-NBA any team or anything like that. That's all good, though. And we actually, I think... Yeah, we got him first round of the playoffs. So we got the Golden State Warriors and Portland Trail Blazers. Before we do that, let's check out the regular season stats. See how both these teams did. Damian Lillard, man, 28.4 points per game and 7.4 assists. You know, about 2 steals a game, few rebounds. Those, I don't know how he didn't make an All-NBA first team with those numbers. I know there's a lot of great point guards in the league, but damn, those are good numbers. Those are good numbers. Let's actually see how they compare to, like, his previous seasons. If we can do this. Okay, career stats. So, yeah. I mean, you know, like I say, he's having his best season so far. By the way, how the hell was he snubbed from the All-NBA or from the NBA All-Star team? Like, that's unbelievable, man. But really, his three-point percentage, 40%, 46%. Of course, he's on a different team with different players around him, so that plays a big factor. But those numbers, like, these are all-star MVP numbers, if you ask me. You know, I'd like to see the assist go up a little bit. But, you know, we got guys like Draymond Green out there. Can really get all their players involved. And actually, I mean, he only had 5.2 assists, so it's not like he put up crazy assist numbers himself. But, yeah, still very, he fit in that role very good, which anybody would, because the Golden State Warriors just have that much talent around him. Steph Curry. This is what separates, man. This is what separates Steph Curry from other players in the NBA. Steph Curry, man, like, being the man importantly, he still put like 30, you know, about 31 points per game, 10.2 assists, about 3 steals, 5 rebounds. I would actually, how would it compare to the previous season, man? Like, yeah, you know, his scoring, he's always been in that kind of mid-20s range, you know, low 20, mid-20 range throughout his career. But, you know, the thing that separates him, guys, is that, you know, if you put him in any system, he's still putting up MVP numbers. That's what a most valuable player should do. They should be the most valuable player on the team. It's not about being the most talented. It's just kind of fitting in and, you know, fitting in the role. And actually, I'm kind of surprised McCollum only had 14 points. You know, just because Steph Curry and Damian Lillard, just their style of plays, I would think there'd be more shots for CJ McCollum. Especially with those 10.2 assists. Like, who the hell is he passing to, man? I mean, I guess Plumlee doing solid out there, so good for him. Let's go ahead, guys, simulate the playoffs, see how these teams do. I mean, one of them's going to get knocked out in the first round. My guess is probably Portland, so we'll see how this team does. Simulate current round. Yeah, it's looking like a... Ooh, wasn't... Oh! Okay, so we beat them 4-2, so they actually... Well, not we, but the Golden State Warriors beat them 4-2. And, wow, it's actually pretty solid series. Oh, I thought they were going to get swept for a second. All right, let's simulate this next round here. And we got eliminated Game 7 versus San Antonio Spurs. I mean, you know, just... kind of makes sense. You know, the Spurs are such a good team. Thunder are probably gonna win the damn playoffs again. They always do. Always win the damn championship. Simulate playoffs. Yeah, there we go. It's always the damn Thunder, guys. Always win the championships in this game. That's all good. Let's check out the playoff stats here real quick. League. Oh, we don't want to do league leaders. We want to do player stats. So Damian Lillard, 27.2 points per game. His assists did go up. I do like to see that. Scoring went down about 2 points, but you know, you start passing more assists. Of course, they're gonna go down. Klay Thompson about 21 points a game here. So I don't know. I think this team's a better fit for Steph Curry, but of course Damian Lillard's such a good player. He could really fit into any system, make any team still good. And looking over here, Steph Curry's points went down a little bit. Assists about the same. really the same stats all around. Of course, they got ousted in the first round by the Golden State Warriors. But hope you guys all enjoyed this video, guys. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about the switch? Like, Damian Lillard, Steph Curry, what are their strengths and weaknesses that they can bring to any team? And what other scenarios do you guys want to see? Peace out, my friends.